Welcome to Living in Beauty. It's Friday, May 5th, 2017. And from the rows of vineyards striping up and down the gentle rolling hills, I'd swear we're in Italy. But it's actually Paso Robles, California, in the county of San Luis Obispo, and we're camping on a hillside, with cows grazing, grapes growing, frogs croaking, and red tails gliding on the soft, warm thermals. An ideal place to sit back, sip some chilled rosé, take it all in, and be thankful for completing a whole year on the road. Well, truth is, we spent one night of year one not living in Beauty. Due to the blowout, Beauty was in the shop having a new belly side wrap installed. Rough night. Let me tell you, home is where your 6 inches of memory foam is. Yes, we've completed one full year of full-timing. From the beginning, this has been a 1 year at a time journey. Jim and I agreed that our decision to continue would be made annually, based on whether we had the heart, health, and finances. Well, here we are. We've weighed the good and the bad, and we've decided year 2 is on. First, we'd like to share the good news about year 1. It was all good. Being retired and living on the road is like an endless holiday. Yes, it was stimulating, relaxing, contemplative, eventful, adventurous, surprising, educational, and yes, even scary. In other words, it was just life. Now, as we enter into year 2, we're making some resolutions. You know what? We'd like to relax more. Maybe add a hammock or zero-gravity chairs and spend more time reading. Year 1, I stocked up my Kindle, but more immediate concerns took precedence, and I too easily slipped into constant research mode. Seeking out fitness and recreation opportunities, natural remedies, docs, dentists, vets, and Wi-Fi. Early on, an addiction to RV lifestyle and yachting blogs took over, and I gorged on info about how to travel with the climate and find the best weather alerts and emergency plans, where to recycle, donate, buy fresh local produce. So much time was spent learning ways to stay healthy, safe, and find dog-friendly campsites, restaurants, breweries, and how best to maintenance and repair our Airstream while living in it, that we missed some opportunities to recreate and live in the moment. Year 1 was busy. The days seemed way too short. I began to suspect a stowaway was chewing up my downtime. And I found it. Fear. That gnawing possibility of a disastrous mistake or miscalculation threatening to sabotage our endless holiday was hiding right there in plain sight under the age of information. Now, while that may not be entirely true, it is certainly a most ambitious metaphor. And as I shall continue to fret because fretfulness is in my nature, living in Beauty isn't nearly the challenge either one of us thought it might be. But it was a lot more fun. So, during year 2, if we don't get hit by a train, I pledge to complete my year 1 book list as well as edit and organize my bookmarks, stickies, and notes, and pursue some educational enrichment through seminars or online classes. The best part of this lifestyle is visiting friends and family around the country. And though we miss our support group in San Diego, they can visit us almost any time. We're usually in a wonderful place during the perfect time of year. These days, many of the nicer RV resorts, like the one we're in right now, Wine Country RV Resort in Paso Robles, offer cottages and guest houses beside full hookup sites. Miss us? Well, come on. The door's always open. The best thing we have to report is our love base in San Diego is still strong. Driving out of San Diego is the hardest part of this journey, and our loved ones are why. Now, for the bad news. Life is whooshing by. Year 1 feels like a couple of months. Last time the whooshing was this fast, we just gotten married, and the next time was when we adopted our son. Lately, we're taking more photos and seeing, as if for the first time, our warts, wrinkles, bags, and bulges. My chronically sore deleting finger is a reminder that every day is a gift. Our LIB mantra. As time passes, so do our loved ones. As we were preparing to leave San Diego, we lost our dear friend George Riley, and then Pat DeMeo, and then Jim's colleague, Kamal Mullenberg. Early into year one, our old friend Dave Chamberlain suddenly passed away, and we toasted George Weinberg Harder's life on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. We returned to San Diego 4 months earlier than we'd planned because Jim's nephew, John Nacita III, had passed. While we were at the Chula Vista RV Resort, our friend Coquise Conley, who inspired our RV adventure, went to heaven to be with her husband Mutt. Since we're old and still not on Medicare, and because our incredibly expensive insurance premiums, which could buy a house or condo in most states every single year, only covers emergencies outside of California, our wonderful doctors managed to fit us into their schedules on short notice. And guess what? We're fine. Shoot, we're better than fine. Healthier than we were a year ago. It appears my paroxysmal AFib condition has been in remission for months, and though Jim was feeling tired and weak, it turns out he just needed to reduce his blood pressure medication. Now, we've both lowered our cholesterol through diet before, and it looks like we're at it again. So during year 2, expect to see living in beauty tips about how to make collard wraps and flax pretzels and smuggle them into pubs. At least once in your life, run away from sensible advice. That's run, don't walk. We're often compelled to turn toward the allure of the solid, grounded, conventional life. Occasionally, I glance sideways toward an adorable cottage in a sweet little town. But it's not time to get hooked up again. We're still in recovery from sticks and bricks. In the past, a lengthy period of travel was considered prescriptive for body and mind. This advice came from esteemed doctors, professors, wise ones, and the benefits were based on precedence. If something bad happened, destiny was to blame, not the risk of travel. I wonder if something has changed. There's so much pressure these days to hunker down, grab a number, and stay put. The wireless, nomadic life bamboozles industry, banks, medical systems, and even digital infrastructure. In many ways, it would be easier to call it quits. I guess the reason Jim and I persist is because living in beauty makes us so happy to wake up in the morning. It takes a load off and makes our hearts feel better. So, for now, the road is our address. The journey is on. Year 2 is calling us out of ourselves and into the world and the joy of creation. And we owe it all to year 1. Thanks so much for joining us at Living in Beauty. Special thanks this week goes to Alec, Barbara, and Eric for telling us which wineries to visit. Oh, wow! Great advice! Okay, that's it. Have a great week, and Feliz Cinco de Mayo!